Okay, in this video, I'm going to talk about when a narcissistic type person, or doesn't have to be narcissistic, but a person doesn't allow the other, their target, their victim, to have any really time off, time to themselves, the me time. And I did a video about this not too long ago, but this one I want to expand on something else. In a hypothetical way, fictional way, this could be for people who are on a job. They have a job and they have a boss that's very controlling, and or someone who's a caregiver, say to an elderly person or anybody. And also, homemakers. And I would use all three of those as examples. People who work and or taking care of somebody. And that person is so controlling that they do not want you to be able to choose when you need the time off from whatever it is. When you need a break. When like, I'm not talking about a few minutes break. I'm talking about a few days or months or weeks or whatever it is. You need a break from it. You need to step away. Now think about the various ways that could happen. Okay, such as a caregiver. Like if you're a caregiver for an elderly parent or parents. Okay, noise here. Much noise later. Yeah, you say that you're, let's get back to it. You're a caregiver for your elderly parent and you trade off with a sister, okay, or a brother. And sometimes, they're taking care of it, and sometimes you. Or you have more than one sibling that this happens. But the narcissistic one doesn't want you to decide when you're going to take a break from them, from taking care of, being the caregiver to your elderly parent. Anytime you say that I need time off, I need time away, it's your turn or something like that, they suddenly have a calamity, that comes up in their life, and they have to take care of that. They must focus on that. When it's all a bunch of BS, it's not. It's that they're controlling it, and to some, it's just a game. They want to show you that they can do what they want, but you can't. Now let's say that instead, or maybe even plus, you're taking care of a narcissistic parent, and like the same situation, trading off. And anytime you need some downtime just within your own home, time to, recharge, that person suddenly has a calamity too. I like that word, calamity. I don't hear it that often, but I like it. And, also that, like, you can just be walking out the door to, walk into the other room to go lay down, and as soon as you do, they know your patterns. They know what you're doing. So they decide right then and there they must see you. You must come to them and help them with something, and there's nothing really there. It's just a control game. And they want to keep you exhausted. Well, keeping people exhausted, some, will say that is a narcissist kind of behavior, to keep the victim to where the victim is totally confused, isn't able to think straight. And so they keep them all exhausted and confused. There are various reasons why they do it, and who really knows why anybody does anything. Even yourself, nobody knows what's motivating anybody, really. So it could be many things. There's not one size fits all. And this, by the way, this is no kind of counseling advice, nothing along that line. But anyway, they will find, I have seen most often is that they find some kind, here's that word again, calamity. They make stuff up, or they just do. They come up with something that, so you can't have what you want, and that's a thrill to some of them. They get such a kick out of it that they have that control over you. They can say when you can and when you can't do something. They don't care if it is bad bad for your health or not. They don't care. It is all about them. It is all about them having control. And in some instances, it's all about them having the attention, because you're giving them attention here. And you might not have anything to do with them. I'm not talking about the elderly parent living in your home, although to some degree maybe you are low contact still. But like the sibling, who's you don't have much to do with outside of that. Just to switch off, taking the parent, This one takes the parent because that person is narcissistic or however toxic. But you're giving them attention whenever you're having to argue with them about when you can take time off. See? And that on top of that, like I said, the control issue. They enjoy it. Now, there's no one-size-fits-all solution to this kind of thing at all. Really, I wouldn't want to give anybody any idea even of how to take care of it, because especially when it involves an elderly person, there's, at least here, I think most of the United States, if not all, you have adult protective services that what you can do to legally change the situation. You can go through them, or I'm not sure who else, but I do know there's adult protective services, or at least that's what it was called last time I heard. So you have to be careful in what you do when you're taking care. You're the caregiver to an elderly parent or elderly grandparent, anybody elderly. Been there, done that, so more than once. So anyway, I don't have any advice. Like I said, this is not an advice channel, advice or counseling. But if you're not alone, that's what my videos are more of. You are not alone, and that whole thing of them just suddenly having excuses why, yeah. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up. If you want to subscribe to this channel, click the circle icon. If you want to watch another video on this channel, click one of the rectangles. Like, subscribe, comment, and share on your own social media if you would, and I'll talk to you on another video. Bye.